I hope you're having a great day. Well, yesterday we spoke about PCOD, diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. And today we're going to talk about the lifestyle changes that work best for certain medical conditions that we saw over the year of 2018. So we're going to start off with immunity today. Low immunity is a huge problem in our children, adults, parents, teenagers, and all of the young people out there today. Immunity, the first and last line of defense in the human body. Okay, they say you cannot have cancer in a body where the immune system is functioning at its optimum, and that is true. All of us are blessed with this intelligence and brilliance called the immune system. It's a complicated system that involves cells, organs, blood, oxygen, water, the nutrients from the food that you eat, everything beautifully orchestrated together. They work together to protect us every single second of the day while we're awake, while we're sleeping, while we're working out, while we're in our meetings, while we're eating our food, while we're meditating. Our immune system is constantly working to protect us. Okay, now when it comes to boosting your immune system, most people start Googling superfoods. And they think by increasing moringa or pumpkin seeds or broccoli or maca powder or raw cacao and all of these superfoods that their immune system will be boosted. But that's untrue. Yes, that's good nutrition for you. We need superfoods, we need good nutrition. But immunity is far bigger than that. You see, we have an internal environment in the body and we have an external environment. The health of our immune system depends on the internal environment and the external environment. If we have the right internal environment, by this I mean the right amount of acids, the right amount of alkalinity in the blood, okay, the right amount of nutrition reaching the cells, the right amount of oxygen reaching the cells, the right amount of rest. Because when we rest, that's when our immune system gets recharged. It's like a battery. When we rest, our immune system gets completely charged to help us fight. So you could be eating the healthiest diet. You can be vegan, you can be vegetarian, you could be any of those extreme forms of eating, and you could be thinking that you're healthy, but your immunity is not just based on the nutrition that you feed your body. Yes, it's true. One of the parts is your nutrition. You have clean nutrition. Your cells have the raw material and the building material to basically repair itself and to maintain strength to do its job that it does every second of the day. When it comes to immunity, there are 4 verticals that you look at. One is your nutrition, giving your body type the kind of food that it needs. Not looking at what your neighbors are doing, not looking at what the people in the west or east are doing, but looking at your own geography, your own environment, where you live. Okay, because nature grows certain fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and lentils according to the climate, according to our system. So we will have foods which are more rich in vitamin C when the weather's changing to boost our immunity. So we need to start looking around us, looking at the wealth of knowledge and the wisdom of traditional fruits, vegetables, foods, local produce that grows at a particular time. Sitting here in India and eating blueberries and raspberries that don't even grow in our country is not going to boost your immunity compared to eating the local fruit, which is, for example, right now the amla, the Indian amla, which is the Indian gooseberry, which is a fantastic source of vitamin C. That's going to do you more good than all the expensive blueberries and blackberries that you're possibly buying right now. The second vertical besides nutrition to build your immunity is your exercise. The more sedentary you are, the lower your immune system is going to be. Our immune system requires blood circulation. Blood circulation happens when we move, not when we're sitting in one place in front of the television or sitting at work all day. We need to constantly be moving until it's nighttime when our body stops us from moving, and we then have a period called rest. So the more you move, the more active you are, the stronger your immunity. Now, a lot of people overtrain and they get into overtraining when it comes to weights and CrossFits and running and all of these things. If you're overtraining, you will lower your immune system. We need to understand that athletes, they eat, sleep, and train, which means they eat according to the intensive workouts they're doing. They sleep and recover according to the intensive workouts we're doing. But today, most people think it's noble and it's great when they get off a flight and they've slept for just 3 hours and they're running a marathon or a half marathon, or they sleep 3 or 4 hours, they're partying out on Saturday, and then they think they're running half a marathon on Monday. They think they're doing something good, but you're only compromising your immunity. You're creating more inflammation in your heart. Yes, you will complete the marathon, no doubt about that, but at the cost of your health, your heart, your mind, your immunity, and everything else. So if you want to train like an athlete, if you want to be like an athlete, you train like an athlete. It's as simple as that. That's why people who kickbox have a certain way of training, and they have enough of recovery and massages and stretching. Okay, so when we try to do all of these things, we do it and compromise our immune system just because the idea of an athlete seems promising to us. You need to understand that athletes sacrifice a lot more than you do, a lot more than layman people do. So if you're not willing to sacrifice your late nights, your partying, your alcohol, your smoking and all of that stuff, there's no way you're even measuring up close to an athlete whose life revolves around sacrifice, hard training, nutrition and discipline. So when it comes to exercising, under-exercising or over-exercising is going to be bad for your immune system. The third is sleep. Like I said, through 2019, I will be driving sleep as one of the most important ingredients in your health. Your immune system recovers while you sleep, period. There's nothing more you need to understand about this. Your immune system recharges while you sleep. So if you have less sleep, if you have compromised sleep, your immune system will be low. You can be the fittest person with a size 0 figure, a six-pack, but you're sleeping less and you will have health problems. So get your sleep into place, and that's why babies sleep so much longer. When they're infants, when they're young, as they grow older, their sleep starts decreasing. That's because their immune system is growing stronger and stronger while they sleep. And all growth from a small infant to a large adult happens while they sleep, which means that while we sleep, we have our growth factors that also get produced in the body, that heals the arteries in our heart, that heals damaged organs, that heals damaged cells, that, help us grow when we've injured ourselves. So that growth factor is not going to be produced in you if your sleep is compromised. And the fourth thing, of course, is your stress levels. Chronic stress levels has a direct impact on your immunity, which is why the more stressed you are, the harder you're working, the faster you fall sick and the longer you stay sick. So when it comes to boosting your immunity, the things that worked for us in 2018 was focusing on these 4 verticals. Balanced nutrition, giving your body what it needs, not what the world is telling you to eat. If someone's telling you to go vegan, and when you're vegan you feel sick, you feel deficient, that doesn't work for you. So you change your mindset and eat what your body type suits, what suits you. For some people, the keto diet may be giving them great results. Do it. For other people, it makes them miserable, it makes them deficient, it makes them put all the weight back on. Maybe that's not the right diet for you. So start looking at what is unique to your body, your environment, the way you are, your genes and everything else. It's got to be personalized. So when it comes to immunity, you focus on your nutrition, your exercise or your movement, your sleep, quality sleep, and managing your stress levels. Now we come down to weight loss. Weight loss still is the most Googled word. The word that is Googled the most is weight loss. And that still seems to be an epidemic across the world because for the longest time people still continue to chase quick fixes. There are still people who believe that there is that magic pill out there which if they pop along with fat burners and green teas and African mango and all of these things that they will lose weight. I think it's about time we start using common sense and understand that that pill doesn't exist. If it existed, we would not be struggling with weight loss. If it existed, and even if it costed you a couple of thousands of rupees or lakhs of rupees, people will find that money to buy that pill and lose weight, but that pill doesn't work. That pill doesn't exist. The only thing that we see that works when it comes to weight loss is number 1, change your mindset. Stop being so obsessed about how fast you lose your weight. Your weight. If it took you 2 to 3 years to put on all of that abdominal fat, don't think it's going to go in 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. Okay? What we see that works for weight loss are 2 words: discipline and dedication. Period. You can be promised all the protein shakes in the world, all the foods that exist everywhere right now, and people can afford them, but yet they struggle with their weight loss because they lack discipline and they lack dedication. Okay? The most common thing is we'll find people working on 5 days in a week. They're good with their diets, they're good with their workouts, and then it takes 2 days of the weekend to mess up all their gains. Everything that they achieved in those 5 days, they mess it up with nights of binge drinking, overeating, and all of that stuff. Now, when you're looking at weight loss, you want to look at moderation. You want to look at what works for your body. You don't want to look at extremes that I'm getting off sugar for a month. No, just reduce your sugar. Just don't overeat your food. A lot of people say I'm a foodie. No one's telling you not to enjoy your food, but why must you overeat? When we look at our data for 2018, the things that worked for most people were number 1, working with your mindset. Stop being obsessed about weight loss. Stop revolving your entire day from class to class, chanting to chanting, meditation to meditation, Pilates to yoga in the evening, plus 100, plus a 10,000 step walk and all of that stuff. Your whole day revolves around losing weight. Okay, that is psychologically depressing, and that creates deprivation in your own mind at a psychosomatic level. And because of that, you have high cortisol levels. And because you have high cortisol levels, your body is unable to release fat. You are unable to lose fat because when cortisol is high, you are in the sympathetic nervous system, and the sympathetic nervous system tells your body to store energy. It tells you to store energy, which is fat. So you need to understand that calming down in your mind, being more realistic with your emotions, and your mind will help you to lose weight faster than being obsessed. The second thing, move away from fad diets. For the longest time, people are yet to understand that fad diets don't work. They give you 3, 4, 5 kilos of weight loss initially, and then you put on all of that weight, if not more, because you're training your body through deficiency to lose weight. The moment you resume a normal lifestyle, you put it all back on. Understand, to lose weight, you need good nutrition and balance, not deprivation. You need the right amount of exercise. You need quality, super quality sleep, because you lose all your weight while you sleep. If you have sleep deprivation, you will not lose your weight. You will struggle to lose your weight. That will lead to more frustration, more desperation, more cortisol, and you stay in this vicious cycle of being unable to lose weight. And the fourth is stress, because again, the more cortisol you produce, you're in the sympathetic nervous system. You need to be in the parasympathetic nervous system to lose weight, to better absorb your food, to better digest your food. So when it comes to weight loss, you want to look at the fad diets you're on. You want to focus on lifestyle. The new religion is lifestyle. You need to take that paper and pen and write down, what are the things in my lifestyle that are not allowing me to lose weight? Is it binge drinking? Is it sleeping less? Is it overeating? And those are the things that you need to change. A diet is not going to change that for you. What's going to change that for you is you making lifestyle changes that you've identified that are obstacles to your health and to your weight. The next thing when it comes to weight loss that we saw that worked really well to 2018 is focusing on your chewing. Just too many people eat their food too fast. And when you eat too fast, you eat more calories, which are not required. Any calorie that's not required is stored as energy and fat in the human body. By focusing on your portion control, mindful eating, and chewing your food, you will eat less, and you will put less oxidative stress on your digestive system. Yoga and walking, this combination worked perfectly for most of our people across the world. Keeping it simple, but discipline and consistency, the combination of yoga and walking. Of course, weight lift, CrossFit, do everything that you want, but in balance. See what suits you. Find out which exercise suits your body and do that. And then we have intermittent fasting and dry fasting, which is now the new religion. And we've seen hundreds and thousands of people across the world who have embraced it as a lifestyle, because that is not a fad diet. It is something that is natural to us. Go back to evolution. The sunset, people were done eating their food and drinking their water because there was no light. When they woke up in the morning, they didn't have a cabinet full of breakfast cereals. They didn't have a fridge with stored food or any of that. They had to wake up and go and hunt for their food, the hunters and gatherers. So by the time they ate their first meal, it was probably midday, which means the intermittent cycle of fasting is in our genes. It is part of our evolution, which is why most people can adapt to it very, very easily. And a small population of people cannot, because of habit or because of their minds or because of fear and insecurity. And genuinely, there are some people who have heavy physical labor in the earlier part of the day and will require food. So like I said, use intermittent fasting and dry fasting if it suits you. It doesn't matter if it's 14 hours, 16, 18, 24. That number doesn't matter. You listen to your body, and your body will tell you naturally when to break the fast, when it's ready for the building phase. And that's what worked perfectly. And again, when it comes to weight loss, keep a tab on your vitamin levels. If you have low vitamin D3, there is enough of science and research showing that low vitamin D3 signals to the body to store body fat. Okay, so when your levels of D3 are low, you will have more body fat. So you want to make sure if you're working out well and eating well, you also have the right amount of vitamins in your system. We'll do one more for today, acidity. 1 in 2 to 3 people have acidity, and acidity is the root cause of inflammation in the human body. Because we're overeating, we keep long gaps between our meals, we eat when we're stressed, we eat too much of the wrong foods like sugars, refined oils, salts, and all of that stuff. We're getting very acidic. And then you have this whole population to support their lifestyle of overeating and late night partying and binge drinking. They pop antacids like it's candy. And the more antacids that they pop, they stop producing stomach acid in their systems. And now you have a bigger problem of low stomach acid. And because you have low stomach acid, you have H. pylori, you eventually have stomach ulcers, you have your gut microbiome, which is all over the place, you have bloating, you have flatulence, and you have gut problems. You have the inflammation of the gut that leads to other autoimmune disorders. So we need to understand something as simple as the acid level in your stomach can lead to so many problems like colitis, cancer, IBS, Hashimoto's thyroid, psoriasis, eczema, multiple sclerosis, and it goes on and on and on. Which is why in the year 2019, focus on the root cause of your problem. We've gone through the last 10 years of the statistics of disease only increasing because the approach of only handling the symptom is flawed. Handle the symptom, but what about the root cause? How many more medicines are we going to keep taking? It's common for us to see people in the age group of 50s come to us with 20 allopathic drugs prescribed to them. That is shameful. Few people need that, but most other people have fallen in this vicious cycle because of their poor lifestyle. 20 to 25 allopathic drugs. If you think that's going to heal you, well, guess what? While one is healing you, the side effects of your first pill is causing a new problem in your body. So you need to understand that the basics of lifestyle first have to be in place. Am I eating the right food for my body? Am I giving the right movement that my body requires? Am I giving my body the rest my mind and every cell in my body requires? And am I making the right lifestyle choices to keep my stress in place? Because I don't think anyone is successful in this world when they achieve anything at the cost of their health or at the cost of suffering because they've lost their health. So when it comes to acidity, the things that worked for most people was intermittent fasting, again, because you're cleaning up your body of acids. You're training your body to eat according to a cycle, not maintaining long gaps between your meals. Some people have breakfast and then they forget to eat lunch, or they have lunch and the next meal is at 10 o'clock in the night. 3 is certain medications cause acidity. 4, just increasing the proportion of raw food in your diet gives you digestive enzymes that helps your stomach break down food, helps your pancreas break down food the right way. So acidity is one of the most common problems, and it's one of the most easiest conditions that you can solve. If you don't solve it, then it's going to escalate into something more dangerous. Well, I'm going to end the video today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about IBS, we're going to talk about depression, we're going to talk about sleep problems, and we're going to talk about thyroid. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.